How we doing, everybody, and welcome back to the Catalyst, where we break down all things bullish in the crypto markets. Today we are talking about Chainlink. Chainlink has been making moves the past few days. I believe the last video I made was somewhere in here, where we had just kind of bounced off of this support line that we see here, and then we actually started to flip the 20 moving average into some pretty solid support. And since then, we had broken out of this first kind of target zone, right? Remember when we were talking about this retracement that we had here, we came back all the way down to the $17 mark or so, which would have been a pretty good buy-in price, especially after it kind of hovered here for a little bit, and even more so after it broke through it and tested some support at $19. I loaded up a little bit here and a little bit along the way, somewhere in here as well. But what we see now is we're actually testing that next level, right? So each kind of major pullback up as we came down, right? Each major point of kind of positive growth here is a point that we can use as a target now, going into some recovery and going back up in price here. So you see, as we've explained before, each of these points is now a good target point for us. And we have since now, you see, we are actually in this range now, the yellow line here, at about the $25.50 mark or so. Current price is $25.43 at the time of making this video. We are on a almost 9% run up just in the last few hours here. The candle is pretty young, obviously. So we'll see how the rest of the day plays out. Today started off bullish, ended quite bearish, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is just the beginning for us here, but as always, we are looking to now potentially break into this range, or what we could see, you see the RSI has actually gone up quite a bit. We could see a little pullback, but what we want is to put some, as Coins Kid would say, put some cheeky bits down in this area here, right at the $23 mark. That could be a good potential buy-in price. As we start to do one of these, we go up, we hit support, or we hit resistance, find support, break resistance, come back down, find some support, which should be in this range somewhere. That should potentially get us to the point where we can break resistance again, hopefully find some resistance up higher, some support at a higher line, and this would be a good range, in my opinion, to consolidate. In the past, we have been kind of in this range for a little bit. Our biggest consolidation, though, is up in here, where you see, we've been in here. We had a big spike up, big comeback down, and then we kind of hovered in here, broke out of it, and kind of hovered in here again, and that's when we had the last kind of major run up. But you see, look at all these candles that just exist in this range. That is where Link seems to be a good accumulating price. So anything below that, so anything below this yellow seems like a pretty solid price to get in on Link if you were able to. So with that being said, we are now on the verge of buying at a point where we could see a potential run up to that $29-30 mark or so, before we see a major retracement back to the $25 mark. So there could be some decent gains, quick gains there, for that matter. I mean, some stocks and some portfolios, 8% on the year is considered pretty average and pretty good for the whole year, and we just did that in a day. So that's crypto for you, but we have a beautiful pattern here, double bottom. What we're looking for now is that next retest. We could even come back down as low as this support line here, depending when that is. That could be good or bad, depending kind of how far along. Like if it were to immediately go vertical and drop straight down, that wouldn't look so good. But if we have kind of a healthy trace back to this support line, that wouldn't be so bad. And again, that $22 range seems like a good buy-in price. If you want to set some buy orders, that's probably what I'll do, is around this price range, and that seems like a good idea for some continuation, assuming we find some support on that, and then continue up from there. So that is all I got for Chainlink. Figured, with it ripping at the moment, it's now up to 9% instead of 8.5%, which is really solid. The rest of the market is going green at the moment, so hopefully this stuff continues, and we will update you guys once again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Peace.